Don't really need anything else there. No, I was talking about my OBS.
All right, Derek. I'm just testing the sound right now, and then we can get into it if you're ready.
Just about.
Okay. Do you want to play on a living board or a classic board?
Uh, living board's fine.
Okay. Classic rules, speed die. Okay. I'm just going with classic rules for right now.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I was throwing some stuff up in some friends' discords.
Oh, sweet. That makes sense.
There we go. All right.
All right, Derek. You joined? We good?
Yeah, we good.
Oh, wait, I didn't pick my thing. Okay. I almost forgot to pick my piece, and that would have been a tragedy.
Oh, I
Hey,
thought you intentionally picked the cat.
what is it?
I thought you intentionally picked the cat.
No, I didn't pick. I was dumb. That was really fucking dumb.
Make that open.
It's your turn.
Oh, that went over and did that too. Okay.
You really beat me by one.
Yep.
That's fine. That's not the point of this anyways. It's fine.
The board is here. The dice are ready. It's time to play Monopoly.
Hello, sugarcane. Just so you know, the game is going to be a little bit quieter, because we're going to be talking about things today. Alright, is everything set up when you're in, Derek?
Yeah, I'm good to roll.
Alright. So this is our first episode of
Have a train to catch.
Panels, Checkpoints, and Popcorn. And I'm, of course, Matt or Yasai, whatever you want to call me.
And I'm Derek, or Shotgun Splicer, however you want to cut it.
Yeah. You'll never hear me call him Shotgun. Guaranteed.
Let's roll the dice.
I forgot how hard this game shakes the controller. uh. Anyways, Derek, so did you do anything fun this week?
Yeah,
Are you
I read a lot.
buying this?
I checked out the new Netflix movie that just dropped, Electric Slate.
I haven't got to watch that yet. I'm hesitant on it, however, to be honest.
Okay, take Ready Player One,
Yeah.
Wish you luck.
and Fallout
Yeah.
and put it together.
Okay.
Now lower it with Chris Pratt.
I don't like Chris Pratt.
Well, it's a Chris Pratt movie with Chris Pratt. Also, the whole thing. Another thing I would compare it to is Captain Laserhawk,
Captain Laserhawk.
because because one of the main characters is Mr. Peanut.
Okay. Okay. How did you get 2 railroads? Anyways. All right.
By the way, for those that aren't joining us live on the Twitch stream, we're playing Monopoly while we do this.
Yes. That is a fact. Granted, for this one specifically, you will probably be able to see that because it'll get uploaded to YouTube. Because the voice recorder thing went screwy.
Oh, well, never mind.
Well, it's fine. All right, I think I got it back up, and I'll be able to edit and everything. So once again, this is Panel Checkpoints and Popcorn. I'm Matt. My co-host is Derek. Say hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Yep. Hey, Derek. We're talking about The Electric State with Chris Pratt. This thing went really screwy, my recording software. So now it should be working a little bit better.
So the movie has a
Bank is looking for an investor.
pretty star-studded cast,
Mm-hmm.
but like we're talking like Anthony Mackie's in it,
Okay.
Millie Brown's in it.
Yeah. Fun fact, I just realized this week that her name is actually Millie Bonnie Brown, and they changed it to Millie Bobby Brown for like the what's it called? For like the union, like the actors union. Is that SAG-AFTRA?
Oh, the SAG.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing.
This property is
Yeah.
for sale. It's time to become the owner.
I mean, wouldn't be the first person to change their name for a screen name.
It's true. Kind of like Nicolas Cage.
Right.
Yeah. There's another one that I just had, but I can't remember their name. No, my biggest like hold up about watching that movie is it's supposed to be in the same vein of
Future holds for you.
Tales from the Loop, like it's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps seeming every time I look into it, it keeps seeming more like, God dang it, it seems more kid friendly.
Rent is due.
Does that make sense?
Okay, it's supposed to seem like kid friendly, but it's really not.
Okay. Okay.
Like if I were to be like, put an age with this,
Yeah.
I would say teenager minimum.
Teenager minimum. Okay, that's not bad
14,
then.
15,
Actually,
somewhere in there.
that's not bad then. I wanted to
not like-
watch it.
It's not bad. It's just like it's got some really heavy themes in it.
Yeah. I wanted to watch it because it had it had Millie Bobby Brown, but it was also directed by the Russo brothers.
Yeah, and you can tell it's a Russo movie.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason I
But
wanted to see
I would call it like a Russo cash-in
it. Okay.
because it's got that Netflix all over it.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It feels like a cash-in. And
Okay.
and that's the worst and the best that I can give it.
Okay.
Reputation is a
Um.
lucrative business.
Well, with that recommendation, I may give it a watch. I say may because it really depends on how I feel, I guess.
I mean it's fair. I mean,
Uh,
besides that, the only thing I've been doing is getting caught up on like The Pit.
What is the Pit?
The Pit is the new Noah Wiles medical drama.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it's called The Pit
Okay.
because it takes place in a Pittsburgh hospital.
Oh, that makes too much sense. You gave me my $20 back, thanks. Yeah,
Really good show. Highly recommend it. If anybody loves medical dramas, watch it. A lot of medical people are watching it and be like, "This is the most accurate one that's ever come out."
I mean, do you remember what they used to call the most accurate one?
ER, I think.
No. Weirdly enough, the one that a lot of professionals say was the most accurate was Scrubs.
Uh,
Yeah. which is crazy to me, you know.
Property. Do you want to invest?
But I like Scrubs a lot, so
That's fair.
yeah.
I wish
Yeah, I'll be real with you. The only thing I've been watching is I watched the whole series of Shane Gillis or Gillis, how you pronounce his name, that Tires show that he made. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It takes place in a mechanics store, and like a mechanic shop, and it's basically just a, think The Office or what is going on? Anyways, think of The Office or Superstore, but for a mechanic shop.
this is your chance to own some real
Okay, you'll
And-
have to send me something for that one because I kind of want to see that.
Okay, I will tell you it's a lot more vulgar, but that I feel like that's very much so in the normal, you know what I mean, for Shane Gillis.
turn starts now.
Right.
It's a lot more vulgar, but it's still really good. It was really funny. It's only like 6 episodes. And then other than that, I went and saw the new Captain America movie.
Successful people.
How was that?
It's really good. Highly suggest. I highly suggest it, honestly. Did you ever watch The Incredible Hulk
Which one?
with Edward Norton?
Yes.
Okay, so like the first MCU Hulk movie.
Your time has come.
Right.
It's a direct sequel to that, but it's Captain America instead of the Hulk.
Okay. I've heard a lot of middling things about it.
I thought it was really good. I can see where people were complaining about it, and I understand why they did,
Property.
you know.
To pay
But
Yeah.
it in general, I think it was a really good movie. Could it have been better? Yes, it would have been better if it would have been a Captain America Hulk team up. It would have
Right.
made more sense. It even had the same actress that played Betty in it again as Betty.
Huh.
And there was no Hulk. You know what I mean? Like it was a little weird, but it was good. The leader is the main villain, and the guy they got to do it did really well. Like did
Nice.
really well. If you get a chance, you should go see it. It's really good.
I might catch it at some point if I ever like get Disney Plus again.
That's fair. That is very fair, actually. I would say, yeah, watching on Disney Plus is probably a good choice, actually. Yeah, I could see that. I also started watching because our friend Kat and my friend Chris suggested Solo Leveling, so I started watching that along with reading it.
It's a good.
It's
It's
pretty
a good read and a good watch.
Yeah, the manga is so good, dude. It's actually like really enjoyable. I like it a lot.
The manhwa.
Yeah, sorry, the Korean mangas.
I mean, it's like all the people that call anime cartoons.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not going to
Don't
admit
be
I'm
one of
wrong,
those.
all right? It's good though. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
This
That's
project
good.
is looking for a buyer. Will it be you?
I'm probably gonna lose this so quick. I just realized how much money I'm spending.
I'm gonna let you spend as much as you want.
Yeah. It's
If
probably,
I don't go bankrupt from it.
you just got free parking,
Now's a good time to think about your next move.
which was $0. But anyways though, yeah, that's what I've been doing, and then playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
How
of
are
Monster
you enjoying Wilds?
I like Wilds a lot. I think it is a very good like natural progression from World to Wilds. But if you're coming from Rise to Wilds, it's very slow comparatively.
Really? Because I hear it's kind of fast.
It is fast, but have you played Rise?
I don't play Monster Hunter.
Okay, so Rise, you have like a grapple hook and everything, so you're just zipping around everywhere. In Wilds, you don't have that. So it makes combat and stuff feel a little bit slower than Rise. Worlds, it's much faster than. I
Right.
will admit that it's much faster than World, but no, it's very slow comparatively to Rise. But in general, though, the game's really good. Story mode only took me like 24 hours to beat total. Super great though. There was a little kid in that story that I wanted to beat the crap out of because he was annoying. Not gonna lie about that.
I say, I think I
But-
remember that.
Yeah, it was really annoying, but it was good. It's a really good game. It's solid. I would
Yeah, I
highly
watched
suggest it.
I watched Pirate Software this morning playing some of it where he's been.
Did you?
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of it. He's working on like a Gunlancer build.
Yeah. Gunlancers
That,
are fun.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
I use Big Hammer.
Yes, the big hammer.
Big Hammer is the best. To me, at least, it is.
Would you like to invest?
So yeah.
Did it just go one up?
Did go one up.
Okay. I was just making sure this was going the way I thought it was.
Yeah.
I started playing Like a Dragon Pirates.
Is that any good?
Yes. I got to play it for like I was playing it on stream this morning and was enjoying it when
Great investment.
my OBS crashed and I had to go do other stuff.
I'm sure it's a great game. All the other Like a Dragon games are really, really good. So there's no way it's not. You know?
The combat system takes a little getting used to.
Future holds for you.
That does it? Is it a new combat system?
The combo system.
Oh, combo system. I thought you said combat. I was like, what? Is it new
Yeah,
again?
no, it's not the turn-based.
Oh.
It is kind of like the classic
Okay.
Yakuza style.
So more like beat 'em up.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there is a combo system, and so there's heat, and then there's also like some sort of craziness that can go
Yeah.
on too. That if you get to fire off like an ultimate.
Oh, that's
And-
interesting.
You play as Majima in this one.
Oh.
And so his ultimate is he makes a bunch of shadow clones of himself that go around and start beating up everybody. But I've only played maybe an hour, 45 minutes of it. I really want to get back into it. In fact, I'm probably going to get back into it as soon as we're done with this.
Understandable.
But
Wish you luck.
it looks good. It feels good. They added cooking into it, so you have to cook your own food.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot I rolled doubles.
So you get to cook your own food this time?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there's Cooking Mama style mini games in it.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Does the food look delicious? That's a good question, I think.
It doesn't do like the Monster Hunter thing where it like
Damn.
shows off the food porn,
That'd be great.
Your time
but
has come.
it's kind of like, what could I compare it to? I would compare it to Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you
Okay.
ever played it, and
Oh, yeah.
did the cooking in it. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it feels
played a
like.
lot of, dang it. I played a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, should we move on to what news we want to talk about?
I mean, yeah, I'm down with that.
Alright.
The first thing that I want to bring up, just because I think it is a
Chance is on your side.
weird thing for them to even like talk about. Okay.
Okay.
This property
Give me
is for
one
sale.
second.
It's time to become the owner.
Here we go. I have to bring it up. I apologize. So, Solo Leveling beat One Piece. They dethroned One Piece on Crunchyroll with a record that is so fucking dumb, but it's fucking great at the same time to me. Okay, they beat it in most reviews.
In most reviews.
In most
Okay.
reviews. So One Piece with a total of I'll buy that. With a total of 596,000 reviews with over 1,100 episodes. That's all it has, 596 reviews. Solo Leveling, all right? Solo Leveling has 603,000 and it keeps going up, and it doesn't even have the full 24 episodes that it's supposed to have yet.
Nice.
And
Now, the question is, will they screw up the last episode and it get review bombed to death?
That's what I'm wondering. It will still give it a bunch of reviews, but it's still like it's crazy. Because like shows that were highly revered, like I feel more highly revered than even One Piece, like Attack on Titan, for instance, have less reviews, and it's just weird. I know reviews are like a weird metric to measure something through, but
Unless you're Steam.
I mean, true, unless you're Steam. But it's strange to me that many more people have felt the need to review Solo Leveling as compared to reviewing other things.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, it's so random to me. It's such a weird metric. Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome. But that's such a weird metric to me.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It is an anime of the year.
Yeah.
100%. If for a lot of people it'll be on the all-time list. I don't think it'll be on my all-time list, but it's pretty far.
I've only seen like 3 episodes of it so far, and I plan on watching more. I just haven't had the chance to yet.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
This property is looking for a buyer.
And like the other day, we were sitting watching what, Akame ga Kill.
Yeah, a Comic Ga Kill. I'd never seen that either. It was Kat that threw that up there. That is a weird show.
It is a weird show.
It's good. I'm
not
not.
as weird.
Don't beat
Not as
me
weird as
up.
like Prison
Don't-
School. but-
Don't murder me, Kat. But it was a weird show. But I'm into it. I like it.
I think what matters is that you're into it.
I mean, I was also sitting here while watching it, reading Solo Leveling. Just a little behind the scenes there, but like.
Hey, I forget what I was doing. What was I doing?
Sometimes you gotta do other
Thanks.
things, you know?
Oh, that's right. I was playing Archipelago.
Yeah, that's right. You were playing Archipelagos. Newsflash for anyone that may be watching that doesn't normally watch streams of Shotgun Splicer, you should give him a follow real quick. Because he plays Archipelagos, what is it, every Friday? Or most Fridays?
Every Friday. It's just
Every
whenever,
Friday.
usually.
Okay. So, it's a lot of times Fridays, though. So, Shotgun here plays them
I don't know why.
on Fridays a lot of times. So, you should watch them. They're really cool. Check it out.
Yeah. As soon as this big group one's done, I might set up one or two just to do by myself.
It should.
Your turn starts
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that way I'm only screwing myself over.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Unless you want to join me, you're more than welcome to join me.
I don't even know how to set it up, man. I guess you could walk me through it though.
I was gonna say I can do the setup.
Yeah.
I just gotta get you on the ability to play.
Yeah. I mean, if I can get the ability to play, I would do it.
I figured you
It
would.
can't be that bad.
Like the easiest one to do is Jigsaw
Fair.
because all it is a browser.
Fair. I got $200.
you give me a 200.
Do you have a little news article that you want to go over or something interesting?
Yeah. Let's see. The biggest one that I think to talk about is Pokemon Go got bought.
I am very surprised by that, but not at the same time.
And when I say Pokemon Go got bought, the company, Niantic,
Yeah.
got bought by Scopely,
Okay.
which means not only did Pokemon Go get bought, the Pikmin AR game got bought,
Yep.
and so did Monster Hunter Now.
Yep. Isn't that the same
It's
people?
all
that
going over-
do- Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all going to the same people that do Monopoly Go.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, isn't the same people that do Monopoly Go.
Yeah, Scopely makes Monopoly Go, and something else. This was on the Hollywood Reporter.
I'm not sure how to feel about that, if you want me to be honest.
I love what you've done to the place.
Okay. So Scopely is, and it went away. There it goes. They do Monopoly Go,
Hmm.
Star Trek Fleet Command,
Okay.
and Marvel Strike Force.
Okay.
This is your chance
So
to own some real estate. Are you ready?
you add on to that what Pokemon Go, like I said, Monster Hunter, and apparently a couple of companion apps
Okay.
called a Campfire and Wayfarer.
Hmm. That's interesting.
I don't know what they do,
It's your turn.
That's
but
interesting.
they say Niantic between all their services has 30 million monthly active players, and it was worth $1 billion in revenue. last year.
Jesus.
You can buy
That makes me wonder if they'll be able to keep that Pokemon contract or not.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that's a big concern. Because I feel like it's going to be rough. You know what I mean?
I mean, I doubt Nintendo's going to pull it. The game still shows 20 million active players.
Jesus. I didn't know all about that.
for you.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, that's crazy.
Yeah. Good.
Wow. No, that's just crazy. I didn't expect it to have that many players still.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are.
Like, I knew it was popular. I didn't realize that it was still that popular.
I think I put all the rest of it.
Like, that's
we
absolutely wild, man.
Yeah, that
Um,
was pretty cool.
Wow.
Have you seen the to jump ship? Sorry,
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
the comparison trailer IGN put up of the new Lilo and Stitch versus the old Lilo and Stitch.
I have. I was about to actually just bring up Lilo and Stitch. That trailer is really good. It's got me really hyped for it. I don't know about you.
This will be the first live action one that I might actually want to see.
Yeah, like it looks a lot like the animated movie, man.
Don't settle.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
It's payday.
It's weird because like obviously you can't 1-to-1 it
Yeah.
because Cobra Bubbles looks a whole lot.
Yeah, he does. He looks a whole
Les
lot
Stanley?
different. Yeah.
And what's his name? The boyfriend,
David?
David. Yeah, his head's a lot less big.
Yeah, it is. I agree. You're right. You're very right. I think it looks really good. However, like even the aliens look good.
It's the important part. If you got the aliens wrong, nobody cares.
Yeah. And like they look genuinely good. Like when they just showed the back of the commanding lady's head in that trailer, I was like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way that they just got that.
Yeah.
Like what? It just looks so good. And like I was worried about Stitch looking good. Because Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. Okay.
Time to pay the
So I was worried that they weren't going to get Stitch to look good, and they proved me wrong. 100%
I
proved me
think
wrong.
Stitch is honestly the easiest one to get good.
And then that little snippet of Pleakley at the very end of the trailer,
Yeah.
that looked really good as well. It all just I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
And you should be. I mean, it's something you love, and it looks like it's going to be done well.
Yeah. I feel like they paid a lot of attention to doing it well, because they knew if they messed it up, they'd be hell to pay.
I mean, they already screwed up 2 other ones.
Listen, we're not going to talk about Snow White, all right?
I wasn't even talking about Snow White.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about Aladdin
Oh. Oh.
and Lion King.
Fair. Lion King was awful. If we want to talk about this for a moment, Lion King is the reason Disney shouldn't do live action remakes.
Are you interested in
I mean, really?
No. I don't like that you got those.
Your time has come.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like, Lion King was so bad. It was so bad, dude.
I know it was.
There's a Sora. Hello, Sora. But yeah, Lilo
Hi,
and Stitch
Sora.
looks so good. I'm so excited about it. I feel like you can't go wrong. Like, honestly, with what I've seen so far, that little girl that they cast to play Lilo is perfect as well.
Let's ride.
Like, all of it is so good, man.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I am very much so here for it. Kind of sidetracking to something else. Did you see where the voice actors are striking again?
I think I did hear something about that.
Yeah, the voice actors, specifically the ones that are in video games, are all striking again due to not having protections of using AI.
Yeah,
So
because
like
This property.
the
didn't
go ahead.
I think it sent some of it centers around the voice actor for shoot, what's her name from the robot dinosaur game.
Aloy?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to bring up. So it started
Yeah, I'm good.
because Gorilla made this fully AI thing of an AI animation, AI, AI voice everything of Aloy as like a proof of concept, and I apologize. Ashley Birch, the girl that voices her, also that does the voice of Tiny Tina. If you didn't know that, she did this whole thing where she was like, "Nah, that's not okay," and it started a whole new portion to the strike that's been ongoing. Which kudos to them; they deserve to go on that strike, I think. Because let's be real, man, that's messed up.
yeah, it is.
Like that's messed up.
People deserve their bags.
Yeah. She then came out and did a video. I don't know if she was doing it just because she felt like she had to, because it was like a oh shoot, like it was a necessity for her to do or something. But she was like, well, they informed me that it wasn't my voice that they use, and it wasn't
Your turn.
my acting that they went over, blah 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 blah. And I've sat there, watched that video. I'm like, listen, I feel like you had to sign something, and they made you say this while I'm watching the video.
Right.
You know, but the issue is, you know, they
Have you thought about
they still did it. Like, I don't know why they did it, but they did it. And I'm very much so against AI taking over people's jobs. You know what I mean? I'm very against that. And I'm very against them using AI in place of voice actors, or AI in place of mocap, because let's be real, mocap is much better than AI ever will be. Well, I can't say will be, but right now it is. And so it does upset me that they are doing this to people, essentially. You
What
know?
up, Squishy?
Hey, that's a good roll.
It upsets me that they're doing it to people because there's no reason to do it. Essentially, there's no reason whatsoever for them to be doing it.
This is what I call a safe spot.
You know?
Yeah.
But on good news, in good news for people, if you're a fan of Saber Interactive, guess what? A fan of Saber Interactive or two space opera, space faring things, Saber Interactive just announced this past week that Warhammer 40k Space Marine 3 is officially in the works, and Knights of the Old Republic Remake is still in active development.
Yeah.
So that's
The
good
one
news.
game people were wondering if it was still going.
Yeah, so that's really good news, honestly. I think for me the Star Wars one is a little bit more good news, but for you 40k fans, congratulations, you're getting Space Marine 3.
And for the rest of us, we have Power Wash Simulator 2 to look forward to this year.
Yes. Clap for that. I still have never finished Power Wash Simulator 1, but 2 I'm sure is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game. Maybe that's what we should play one day while we do this, Derek. Granted, I feel
Power
like
Wash? Yeah, we can do that.
I feel like we'd get distracted. I feel like we would definitely get distracted.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, like, man, I feel like we would get distracted so bad. I would do it though. I do. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, something nice and chill that we don't have to think about.
Yep. Oh, and I see that CJ posted in our chat here that Xbox is in the process of making a handheld. And I actually did read something about this today. To be completely real with you, yesterday I thought that our buddy CJ or Sir Squishy, whatever you want to call him, I don't call him Sir Squishy because it's weird to me, but talking to him yesterday about it, I was like, there's no way that they're actually doing it. You know what I mean? There's no way.
Oh no, the handheld's been in rumors for forever now.
Yeah.
But this is just Phil Spencer's never denied it.
Yeah, he hasn't. That is true. That is very true.
Is never been in denial, and now between that and the talks of the next Xbox itself
Yeah.
running Windows, and so that way it can run Steam.
Yeah, that would be freaking awesome, by the way.
Yeah, those are the big Xbox newses right now.
But I'm here for an Xbox handheld as long as it's not Xbox Portal. Because I'm sorry, I don't care if you're a PlayStation fan, you all need to admit that the Portal is not feasible still for a good amount of people that play PlayStation. Having to have that constant connection to be able to stream games or it doesn't run well is not good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Well, I get it. And not only the fact that, but that you also have to be. Oh damn. You have to be on an internet that doesn't require you to have to sign into it.
Exactly.
Like 90% of hotel Wi-Fi's are.
Hotels or like, let's be real, that was made in the hopes that people want to use it while they're traveling. So hotels, or if you have a family member in the hospital, even, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have a use outside of that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like
there's a reason that that's so cheap.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, PlayStation's track record with side peripherals is not great.
It is not. That is true. Which sucks because honestly, I love the PSP and the Vita was not bad.
No, I loved my Vita. I loved my PSP. I love my PSVR 2.
I've still not used the PSVR 2, but I have really bad like motion sickness issues with VR a lot of times.
I've learned I am fine if I am stationary.
Maybe that's what I should try, playing it stationary.
Well, not only playing it stationary, but my character doesn't move in the game.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, for example, if it's supposed to be freeform walking, I'll get motion sickness.
Okay.
But playing like Gran Turismo, fine.
Okay, that's interesting.
Playing rail shooters, fine.
Fine. Okay. But I assume if you play like Super Hot or something like that, it was not great.
Right.
Okay.
Super Hot is about as close as I can get to it because it's a lot of stopping.
Yeah.
But stuff like Meet Your Maker, I think, is the game where you constantly need to be moving and
Yeah.
dodging and stuff like that.
Or the new Batman game.
Right. I could not do the new Batman game.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. The only ones I've ever played were heavy moving intensive. Like I tried out that new Batman game once.
Hmm.
I played Doom, I think it was, in Skyrim,
Yeah.
and I got really sick playing all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's the problem.
That might, I mean, like I said, that might be it. Try next time you come out. If I've got everything hooked up,
Mhm.
see how you handle Gran Turismo.
All right. I mean, I'm down with that. You know, I'm
Because
not
it's
gonna say no.
literally, yeah. I mean, everything's still done. You don't have to play with the hand wands. You could just play with a regular controller,
Mhm.
and then it's just like looking through a bigger screen.
Okay, that's neat. So for our conversation here, CJ has said it should be more along the lines of a Steam Deck, but unfortunately, the one that I've seen currently is with Cloud Play, so you'd have to be connected to the internet. And see, that's what I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be Cloud Play. That's my problem with the Portal as well, is that it's all Cloud Play. Like I say Cloud Play, but you know what I mean.
Well, here's the thing. There's the other side of that Portal that I don't think Xbox would do,
Mhm.
and that's if your PlayStation is set up to share and is in rest mode.
Mhm.
Because you have to leave your PlayStation on all the time to use it.
Well, I already know that they won't do that because the app for your phone where you can play your Xbox, your thing doesn't have to be on. You can turn it on through that.
See, it wouldn't surprise me if it was something along that lines. If it's just
Yeah.
using the Xbox app, because hell, Xbox is advertising it now. You can
TVs.
go on the Meta Quest
Yeah.
and do it.
We're not sponsored, but everything's an Xbox.
Everything's an Xbox unless it's a Switch.
Exactly. Everything's an Xbox unless it's a Switch. And then soon that Switch is going to be an Xbox once we get the Switch 2.
Dude, speaking of,
Yeah.
did you hear the newest the hubbub around the Switch 2?
I have not heard anything about Switch 2 since they announced it.
There's apparently a controller patent that's out, and people are thinking it's going to be it's either going to be for a Pro 2, a Pro Controller 2, or it's going to end up being for a GameCube controller.
Oh.
So they think the next Switch Online might have, like how you can do various consoles.
Yeah.
The next one will have GameCube.
Oh, I'd be down with that. I'd be so down with that, man.
That gives me more of a reason to want to look at one.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But that's all speculation, and it's based off of one picture that shows where a label's supposed to be at.
That's
So it's really a reach.
That's
But
still awesome, though, if it actually is true.
Sometimes bad things happen. Smart investors never get
Hey, yo! So, I don't know if you're just listening, you wouldn't know this, except for the fact that Derek expressed this. We are playing Monopoly while we stream this on Twitch. Shameless plug. Yesai, it's twitch.tv/YesaiTTV or twitch.tv/ShotgunSplicer. We are playing Monopoly while we stream this on Twitch and record it. And Derek here just had to foreclose on one of his properties to pay me. It's a great day.
all right, it'll come back around.
It is a great day. What are they making a new one of there? CJ, I see that you said that they are making a new one currently, but it's not supposed to come out until 2027. If you're talking about the Switch 2, that is coming
That's
out
this year.
this year. If you're talking about something else, I'm not sure what it is. I did see a thing about Xboxes supposedly making a new console that'll come out 2026, 2027. Xbox handheld is what he's referring to. Okay, because that's what it said in the article I read today as well. I should have known that's what you were talking about. Since you were part of that conversation, I apologize.
Apologize?
I'm going to anyways.
Never apologize.
You know what you're doing.
That is that
Not
is
to interrupt your all streaming.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to pay the price.
Was that it? Not to interrupt us. Whoa, buddy.
Shake the dice and see what the future.
That feeling when I didn't even know that CJ was in the chat with us. Did you, Derek?
Nope.
I had no idea. But anyways, what were you saying? The Switch 2, if they put GameCube on that Switch 2, I'd be down for it. I'd be there. Heartbeat. That's all I would need, man.
Mhm.
I'm there for it. Especially if they announce like a Wind Waker reboot or something.
This is your chance to own some real estate.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, I really just flubbed that.
Yep.
Anyways, it's fine. So, like, I'd be down. I wish they would put a Wii simulator in it as well.
I mean, it might get it.
Like, that would be awesome. On to a little bit more of a movie news. Did you see they released a new trailer for Freakier Friday?
No, I hadn't heard about this.
Dude, they released a new trailer for Freakier Friday, and that movie is going to be great. It has Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan in it again,
Really?
and I'm here for it. One of the things in the trailer is Jamie Lee Curtis is talking to Lindsay Lohan, and she's like, "What? You want me to just stand here so you can do your little fake sexy walk into the building?" I was like, God, that's good. That's good right there. Like, I am thoroughly excited for that movie, man. I absolutely love the original Freaky Friday, and I can't wait for Freakier Friday to release. Hey, Grumpy Fox, I'm not sure exactly who you are, but I am glad that you're excited for that movie as well. It looks so good. It looks so good.
Perhaps you should manage your portfolio.
That'd be Christy.
Oh, is it? Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't know who you were, but hello.
Your turn starts.
If this, I'm assuming, I don't mean to say this in a weird way, I guess. I'm assuming this is your Chrissy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So listen, I'm just telling you, if you're excited or as excited as I am, you should make a time to come down and visit Derek, and we'll all go see it.
You can't always decide what's going to happen to you.
All right, like we'll all go see it if you're down. Because that sounds like fun. Plus, let's be real, that movie's gonna be great. You can't go wrong with Jamie Lee Curtis most of the time, and I love Lindsay Lohan. I don't care. Like, I'll say it. I love Lindsay Lohan.
No, I mean, to be fair, she's been quiet for quite a few
Yeah,
years.
she has. I'm also very. I don't say this about like many celebrities or anything, but I'm very happy that she got went through rehab and everything and got better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes me very happy because she was a actress that I loved from like when I was a kid, teenager, young adult. I loved everything she was in, and then
Dice.
it kind of was shitty, you know, like to see someone that I was like, man, I love this
Well, that
actress.
backfired.
You know what I mean? And then, yeah, you see what I'm saying. Like, it's really cool that she got help, and I'm very glad that she got help.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that movie looks really good, man. Like, I think I'm looking more forward to Freakier Friday than I am to Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four.
This property is for sale.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not looking forward to either of those movies either.
I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. Thunderbolts, I'm a little iffy on. The only thing that excites me is, if I'm not wrong, and you can fact check this if you want, but I believe this is what it is. Someone from Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, or what? I can't remember the exact name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that movie, I want to say it was the composer is working on that movie. Is working on Thunderbolts, doing the music for it, and the music in that movie was great. I think that's who it was that composer, but I can't remember exactly, which sucks, but whatever. Either way, I'm very excited for the music in that movie. Not for the movie itself, but for the music in that movie. I'm really excited.
I mean, that's fair.
And then Fantastic Four.
There's apparent-
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I was going to change subject. Go ahead.
Oh, for Fantastic Four, I'm just really excited to hopefully get a good Fantastic Four movie.
Your turn.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. We've only had one good one so far. And a lot of people argue with me about that one, but I'm sorry. The one with Jessica Alba, the first one, is great.
I haven't seen that one in forever.
Rise of the Silver Surfer, eh. Fantastic Four with the number 4 where the second F is supposed to be, eh.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Haven't seen that either.
it's not good.
What you've done to the place.
What everyone said about it, true. Very true. But no, I just don't. I'm just really hopeful about that movie.
Yeah, I stopped being hopeful about movies.
You have some
Fair.
thinking to do.
I'd rather go in and be pleasantly surprised than be utterly disappointed.
That's fair. That reminds me of the Borderlands movie. I went in expecting bar none, and it was great.
Speaking of Jack Black movies, we got Minecraft getting ready to hit. Yeah.
Shake the dice and
Listen,
see what
Like-
the future holds for you.
What, first week of April?
yeah, I'm unironically excited about that film.
I think it'll be
I
getting
think
back to more classic Jack Black. I'll be down for it.
I think it'll be a fun movie to watch.
The cards have to say.
Like, it'll just be a fun movie. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't think it'll be great, but it's gonna be a fun movie, and that's what I want. I also love Emma Myers, the girl that's gonna be in it, and I love Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is funny. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the next Fast and Furious.
So, I am very excited about that. Man, I've kind of shoehorned 3 or 4 of my own news things in here. Did you have any more you wanted to bring up real quick?
No, you're good, man. There's apparently been screen testing
It's your turn.
Hmm.
for the next Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's apparently looking pretty good.
I mean, did you watch the first one?
No, I haven't.
So the first one of the newest ones is super good, dude. You need to watch it. It's really good.
Like, let me pull up the article I was reading.
At least you're not giving money to one of your opponents.
It was on Games Radar, I believe.
Okay. But it is super, super good. Highly suggested.
Can I stop owing you money?
Thank you for owing me money. I appreciate it. I think that was going to the board, though, to free parking.
Oh, that wasn't income tax.
I'm stuck in jail.
I wish you luck.
That's where you belong.
I'm not a billionaire. Leave me alone. Dang it. I didn't want doubles.
Let me see if I can find.
Well, while you are looking
I
that...
originally wasn't going to talk about this, but
Whatever happens, don't settle.
while you are looking that up, I just want to cover real quick how many games are being shut down this month.
Mhm.
I don't know the exact number, but there's 2 of them that I'm surprised are being shut down. Also, if anyone hears any shaking noise, I'm shaking a bottle of water, getting some flavor in it. So I apologize if you hear that, but you know what? Screw it. I want it. So anyways, we have, what was it? The First Descendant that was just announced to be shutting down.
Yeah, first
Right.
sentence out.
First Descendant's out.
There's a couple of Xbox ones getting shut down too.
Dude, for real, a game that just released, Spectre Divide, that was like heavily endorsed by Shroud of all people, shut down. It's getting shut down already. It just came out February 25th.
Yep.
And their close date is like the 26th of March. Like, what's that about? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
And then we have High Res being douchebags. Listen, I don't care if we ever get popular, if we don't get popular. I don't care about that. But if High Res ever comes to us and it's like, we'll sponsor you, I'll be like, no, screw you. All right, I'm not taking it. We're not taking it. Those motherfuckers were like, you know what? Smite 2 is where it's going to be at. Screw that game. Screw that game. They took out the people that were doing Smite 1, Rogue Company, and Paladins to make them all focus on Smite 2. Screw that. Screw them.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. They're showing off Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage.
Oh,
And he's apparently doing really good in early screenings.
I really like Carl Urban, so I'm down with that. I'm very much so okay with that.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet.
Shake the dice and
And there's a release date. Where did it
What is the
go?
release date?
Dun, dun, dun. There is a trailer. That doesn't help at all. It said there was a release date in this article, dang it. Made me a liar.
bad things happen. Smart investors never give up.
That's what I get for not reading too many things. Especially I have a feeling that that is supposed to be confirmed for July 2025, not July 2022.
I mean, either way,
March
I'm
4
fine
years
with that.
after the flagship. Oh, excuse me. Here it is, October 24th, 2025.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm down.
Your time.
That'll be a good
I'm
October
down.
movie.
It will be. Granted, I'm good after seeing that first Mortal Kombat, dude. Like, if I was a movie reviewer, I would rate, like, just in general for how fun that movie is, like, to watch, and how much I was like, this is a good Mortal Kombat film. Which is weird to say because I don't feel like there's ever been really a great one. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say
It's
you better qualify that because the
it's-
original is
yeah, it's like, just in the grand scheme of things, like action movies and everything, I would give it like an 8.5 to like an 8.7, like somewhere in that area.
okay.
It's really good. Does it have a great story? No. Did I expect it to have a great story? Also no. But it's really good. Highly suggest. If you get a chance to watch it, I think it's on Max.
You certainly had other plans for your money.
Yeah, it is on Max actually.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to watch it, I suggest watching it. Go for it. Speaking of that, I wish they would give us a good Street Fighter film.
You won a lot.
I do want a lot, I guess. It's fine. Everything's fine. You know. So in huge video game news, however, this last week, Rainbow Six Siege X was announced.
Yep.
10
And
year-
it is
Go ahead.
given from today. It is in beta.
Yep. It's the 10-year anniversary of Rainbow Six Siege. It's adding a new 6v6 match called Dual Fronts, which
Yep,
adds
which is
two,
in beta.
Yeah, and it adds two different like areas to secure and handle at the same time. The game is also, with this update when it happens, and this is also in the beta as well, they're adding new ways to do the rappelling. So now, and originally you could only rappel up and down. Now you can walk around the whole outside of a building while rappelling
Nice.
and stuff like that. Also in Dual Fronts, however, they have this whole new thing where it's outside maps. So originally in the game, you couldn't walk outside. It would notify the enemy team that you were outside. Now, a lot of the map takes place outside. So it's not going to do that. It's going to be really cool.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because honestly, I think it's depending on how they're going to do the start of the game. It's going to encourage a lot of teams to just go outside and try to camp.
Well, the way Dual Fronts works is you can camp, but it's not the same concept as the normal base Rainbow Six Siege format. So Siege format, you have the defenders inside, the attackers outside. Okay.
Yeah.
In this game, both teams of 6 get to pick between defenders and attackers. You're not one or the other. So like you're constantly going back and forth with each other, outside, inside. And like one of the things is there is a hostage just in the middle of the map. Okay. And each team is trying to get to the hostage. And then you get to the hostage and you get to the hostage and then you take the hostage to your designated location to send them for them to be picked up.
Right.
So it's like you're all fighting for the same objectives. So that's why there's defenders and attackers, and it's in 2 separate areas for each person, for each team.
Okay.
So it doesn't play the exact same as a normal Siege match would play.
At least in this mode.
Yeah.
Because there'll probably be classic mode in it.
There is. So Rainbow Six, what this X is just a updated version of Rainbow Six Siege. It's the same game. They're just doing an update, the 10-year anniversary for it.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're playing the classic mode, and
in the
it no longer
mode,
gives.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it no longer gives the "hey, they walked outside" warning.
In classic mode, you'll still have that.
Doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in classic mode, you still have that. You just don't have it in Dual Front.
Oh, it makes sense not having it in Dual Front.
Yeah. Whereas in classic mode, if someone walks out, it'll still notify you. It'll notify your team. It's just a Dual Front thing. I worded that weird to start with. I apologize. But
no, you're fine.
So it looks really good. They're doing a lot of updates to the characters, the UI, stuff like that. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm very excited to see where it goes, actually.
Yeah, I think this one's going to stick around because Ubisoft's not going to let this die, unlike X-Defiant.
Yeah, let's not talk about X-Defiant. Speaking of games that have died, you've hit that every turn.
I know what.
I'm still salty about X-Defiant, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still so salty about X-Defiant. Should I be? I don't know, but I really am.
I mean, fair. It goes back to what we were talking about. Games that are, ending.
Yep. And a lot of them, it feels like they're ending for no reason.
I mean, they're ending because they're not getting the player base that they thought that they would have. They're not giving them a chance to actually have a long life. Ubisoft is trying to repeat what they had with Rainbow Six Siege, but nobody remembers that Siege did terrible at first.
Yep. It did.
And grew its community the hard way. Everybody's expecting that automatic hit.
Like that automatic gratification.
Yeah. Well, the automatic success.
Yep.
You know,
Don't give up.
everyone's.
Persistence is the key to success.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone's expecting it to be, the next.
Your
No,
time.
that's not a good choice. And the next Smite, or I was gonna say the next Dota or the next League.
Yeah. I think Smite is more comparable to it, though. I think you're right.
Yeah. And it all depends. Or you're trying to be, I guess, in X Defiance case, you're trying to be the next Counter Strike.
Yeah. I feel like they were trying to be a
Because-
mix of Counter-Strike and COD.
Now's a good time to think about your
Like
next
100%.
Got all my money back. And I mean, to be honest, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because these games either last a few weeks or to maybe a couple years, or they stay for decades.
Perhaps you should manage
There's not really an in-between.
There's really not. What I was reading a thing, I was watching a video the other
Mhm.
day on What Culture, and they were doing a quiz show, and it's like list these games that and how fast they shut down, and
time to pay the
it was like Concord,
Yep. Like 2 weeks.
that game that was on Kickstarter that was supposed to be the live action zombie survival game that
Oh,
died
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The day before.
technically that game lasted 2 months.
Yep.
And then Atlas was on there. That game lasted about 2-3 years,
Yeah.
which was longer than a lot of people played it.
That is true as well.
But yeah,
It's-
I mean that's the way a lot of these are going.
Yeah. Live service was never a
You must pay this player.
good way of keeping up, like for games to go. I think.
No, and a lot of them are ending up that way. That's why PlayStation canceled all the ones that they were doing
Yep.
after the Concord failure, because we were supposed to get a God of War one,
Yep. And the Spider-Man multiverse one.
a Spider-Man multiverse. There was rumors of a Twisted Metal,
Yep.
which that saddens me a little bit. Granted, you have talk about long-lasting ones. You've got Crossout,
Yep.
which is pretty close, even though it's got a Mad Max skin over it.
Which I am surprised that Crossout has lasted as long as it has, to be honest.
I mean, there's a bunch of those games you want to list if you want to go down that front. I mean,
Yeah.
Vigor's still active.
That is true. That is very true.
Warface.
Yeah. I mean, look
Warframe's
at
done
that.
its own thing.
Look at that.
Investors never give up.
That game Crossfire died.
Oh yeah,
so
that one
quick.
died quick.
It died so quick, dude.
It did.
And that made me sad because I thought Remedy was going to be able to help them with that, but they discontinued the single player and the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus, dude. It was so
Yeah,
bad.
it's sad, but it's the way it is.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it wasn't when Crossfire X died.
Yep.
It wasn't nearly as crowded as it is now.
No, it was not. And now it's worse.
Yeah, because I mean, think about all the other things that have died. There was the dodgeball one.
Yeah. Which is sad. I actually paid for that one.
Yeah,
Because it was good. Like, it was honestly a good game. Just,
and the sad
that-
thing is, that one's not going the way of some of the better ones that are giving people refunds.
yeah, it did not.
There was another one that was in the same vein that shut down pretty quickly. I can't remember which one it was,
Mm-hmm.
but the gameplay style was super, super similar, and so was the art style.
Yeah. There's a lot of games that have died that have made me a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of them.
I mean, that's
Your turn starts
And then there's
I hate
games.
to say it, that's the way of the game.
Yeah, there's games that are alive that I don't understand how they're still alive. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're lucky, your running costs are so low that it doesn't matter that you keep it up. You give your players server-based side, so that way
Mhm.
they can keep it going on their own, which is mostly what Battlefields are now.
Yep.
Especially anybody that still plays Hardline.
Yep. Dude, Hardline is good though.
Hardline is good. I would have loved for another one in that style,
I would as well.
but we're probably not going to get that ever.
Ever. Yeah. Because it was not as successful as the other ones.
What else? There's
Dude, I was really sad when I heard that Multiverses was shutting down.
Multiverse shutting down doesn't surprise me.
It still made me kind of sad though, like honestly.
I mean, yeah, you can be sad about it, but when it shuttered
Yeah.
after the beta and then came back, it was a completely different game.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good at imitating the games it was trying to imitate.
I can agree with
Let's
that.
be honest, it wasn't a great Smash.
I think Divine Knockout was a better copy.
Yeah.
And that didn't last either.
No.
Once again, high res, fuck you.
Something good is going to happen. I can feel it.
I'm not sorry.
And say you had to be sorry. I mean, that's how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Your rent is due.
Like, I can't. That annoys me so much, man. That annoys me so much.
But it goes, all the way back. I tell you what,
Mhm.
here's an online only game you've probably forgot about, Mag.
Oh, I remember that. Wasn't that the like 124, 200 and some players
For the
on the
PS3.
PS3? Yeah, I remember that. That was one of the only games I bought for my PS3.
Yeah, that game died quick. And then there
So good,
was what was it, Warhawk?
Oh yes, I remember Warhawk. Warhawk was good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that died quick too, didn't it?
Warhawk was really good though.
Yeah. So I mean,
Um,
it's not unprecedented.
It's not. You're not wrong. I don't know. I just get tired of seeing games die. I understand it happens. It's the way of games. You know what I mean? I get it. It just makes me a little sad sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean, it makes everybody sad. Nobody wants to see no one wants to see these games get shut down.
Yeah.
Well, most people don't.
I don't want to see the games get shut down, and I feel like this is for a very good reason. I don't think we have a good way of preservation for video games. And with them just getting
no, there's
shut
not.
down, they're just gone. You know what I mean? Like they're just gone a lot of times. And that's not good.
Unless some sort of fan saves a server or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Like the only reason Star Wars Galaxies is still around is because there's fan run servers.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those fans, it wouldn't exist.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Final Fantasy XI.
True, that is true.
There is a fan-made server out there, and that's pretty much the last one.
Yep.
You're getting serious.
Are you doing this, are you?
Yeah, might as well. But yeah, no, I agree. Like the fan,
Take the dice.
if it wasn't for fans, game preservation would be non-existent.
Oh yeah.
That's another, and this is a completely different thing, different topic really, but emulation. If it wasn't for emulation, so many of these games would just be gone.
This is true.
Like, let's be real.
Maybe it's time to
Also,
your portfolio.
if anyone on here is listening that has done this before, those people that keep their like old consoles, like their 360s, and have all those downloaded indie games once the indie store was gone, you're gods. All right, like,
I mean, to be fair, at least as
Like-
far as Microsoft goes, they said
You must
that you can still re-download all that stuff. The downloading, if you owned it, isn't gone. Unless it's something for like,
It's your turn.
at least as far as the Microsoft side of things, you can still go back and re-download those.
fair, I'm
I've
just
downloaded stuff
wondering,
that's been delisted for years.
do you know if you're
Like-
able to download the games from not the arcade side,
hmm
but that indie marketplace?
It's time to find out.
They said
Good luck.
anything that you owned,
Mm-hmm.
you could go in and download.
Okay.
That's the way Microsoft's been doing it. Because I've re-downloaded stuff that's been delisted for years
That's fair.
and is still on their servers up for download. Like, I know that you were asking specifically about the indie one,
Mhm.
but for example, the Simpsons arcade,
Yeah.
the OG Scott Pilgrim game, I re-downloaded all those not too long ago, and those licenses ended over a decade ago.
Yeah. And I think that CJ over here in our chat does make a good point. A lot of times, if it's not an FPS like Battle Royale or FPS in general, I'll branch it out a little bit there. If it's not a third-person shooter, also, it doesn't last very long, it feels like.
I don't know, they're shuttering just as fast. Concord was like that.
Concord doesn't count.
Well, I'm just saying.
It does count. No hate to Concord
was-
or those developers, because I never played that game. But releasing a hero shooter in the year of 2025, when there was
Home. Maybe it's time to
Overwatch 2 that was incredibly hyped, and Marvel Rivals 2 to 3 months after it came out, after Concord came out, there was no chance.
I mean, let's be honest. Overwatch 2 is on its way out.
Oh, it is. I feel like it is. Most definitely. I feel like Overwatch 2, though, should have gone away a little bit sooner.
I mean, to be honest, if you wanted it to live, the easiest thing to save Overwatch 2 would have been when you forced everybody to move over to it, you left all their purchases.
Yeah. I agree
And
with
then
that.
it would have been just fine.
I agree with that. And that's true. Halo is on the border of it right now, of being shuttered.
I mean, not really.
I
I'll disagree with that.
someone already owns this.
I really feel like it is. I feel like its player numbers aren't as high. Granted, I say I feel like it is, but I feel like it is right now with Halo Infinite. Okay. However,
I mean, if we're talking specifically Halo Infinite, then okay.
however,
Has come.
I will put this caveat there. It's been highly rumored that the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite are coming to PlayStation and Switch 2. And
Oh, those Master Chief Collection at the least is
Yeah.
pretty much a given.
and if that happens, Halo is going to be revitalized.
Yeah.
And we already know that the next Halo game is going to be on every console. And the way we know that is they dropped the proprietary engine and switched to Unreal Engine 5 to produce the next game.
Yeah.
So we already know that that's going to be coming to PlayStation, Switch, PC, and Xbox.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind that that's why they switched to Unreal Engine 5. No doubt in my mind.
Key to success.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah, I completely and totally agree with you.
So I really think that's what's going to end up happening.
Let's roll the
And I think so. A lot of people want the console wars and exclusivities and stuff to continue. I don't think there's a place in gaming for that currently. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like there is.
Unless
always decide what's going to happen to you.
unless your name's Nintendo.
Fair.
But even
Fair.
Nintendo's pushed harder than what they are. The reason why Switch 2 is going to be as powerful as it is because of Microsoft. Everybody knows
Yep.
that.
That's the truth.
Because Microsoft has to shoehorn the next 10 years of Call of Duty onto it.
Yep. And so they'll have to keep them up to date as much as possible.
Yeah. That's the reason why we're getting PS4 Pro level, if the rumors are true about the Switch 2, which
Yep.
is what people are saying.
Home
Yep,
sweet
you're
home.
right.
Have you thought about upgrading?
Ooh, my headset jumped a beat.
Mm.
But otherwise, I guarantee you that Switch 2 would be nowhere near that powerful,
Yeah.
because Nintendo's always done things their own way, and it's honestly hurt them in some aspects.
I mean,
There's a reason why they went after Yuzu.
look, there's a reason that, yes, the Switch might be one of the best-selling consoles of all time, along with the Wii, but the GameCube and the Wii U are not even close.
No. I'll tell you what. You know why? And this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. You know why the Switch is so popular?
Why?
Because it's half the price.
Yeah, probably.
It's
It's
everybody
budget-friendly.
owns everybody owns a Xbox or a PlayStation, and they just went, you know what? I can pick this up too.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Because I was one of the people that was severely disappointed in the Switch when it came out. I thought the battery life was garbage. I thought the lineup, while okay, wasn't amazing, and I thought it didn't look graphically good.
Yeah.
Especially now, when your main competitor is Steam.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, Switch 2 better be pretty dang good, because they're guessing what, $400, $500 for this thing.
Yep.
It's not going to be the cheap budget console. You're going to be looking right at a Steam Deck.
That is true. And if it's not good, then you might as well just get a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And have a library already ready. I know that they're planning backwards compatibility for it and all that
Mhm.
stuff, but there's nothing so far announced that's screaming buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, nothing at all. I agree with that.
Unless there's something there that you really, really want. For example, if that new Mario Kart hits, I know that's going to be it for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Or if a new Zelda hits, or maybe a new Mario hits. But I don't see really anything that's going to be that day one have to have thing yet. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll change in April.
I think
But for right now,
I think in April
who knows?
we'll either be surprised or severely let down. I'm leaning towards severely let down.
Maybe. I think this is going to be an opportunity for Nintendo to push another gimmick, and it's going to be the fall.
I mean, that's very possible. I don't want to shit on Nintendo a lot, because I really do like the Switch personally. But I can definitely agree with a lot of what you're saying. Like, honestly, I can agree with a lot of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I love what you've done to
Yeah, I definitely agree. 100%. I think the only thing that would make me buy a Switch 2 right off the bat is if there was a Pokemon game announced with it. Because, like, ZA is going to be on the original Switch.
I think that would be that's a waste right there.
Yeah.
ZA being on Switch 1. If anything, I would release it on both.
Yeah.
And let you do what PlayStation did and what Xbox has
An
done back in
upgrade.
the day. Have the old version and the new version.
Yep.
So that way you can go, I'm playing this, I'm enjoying this, but it could look better.
Yeah.
It could be smoother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
What do you want?
I want to see if it'll let me take something of yours.
What do you want to trade?
Hey.
Hey, have at it. But I think we've ranted on and on about this
Yeah.
enough. Let's move on to our next thing. What do we got next? History and gaming, or history in pop culture.
Yeah. It's the history roundup, y'all.
So what's happened in this week? I'm counting this week as between March 16th and March 23rd. And yeah. So this week in 2005, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody premiered.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
For all you Nintendo, or not Nintendo, shoot.
Nintendo.
I'm pre-reading. Disney, you Disney files out there. Speaking of which,
yeah.
in 2019,
You're home.
Disney bought Fox for $71 billion.
That's still crazy to me, dude.
What's weird is they didn't even get all of it. They weren't allowed to have all of it.
I know.
The dice and see what the future holds for you.
Oh, I know. They literally didn't get like a good chunk of it.
No. I mean, they were still left. They weren't allowed to have Fox News because they had ABC,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't allowed to have the sportscasting part of it.
Yep. Because they have ESPN.
Yep. In gaming,
Love what you've done.
March 16th, 2003, Ryan Brandt leaves Take-Two Interactive over the company being investigated. I looked into this.
What are they being investigated for?
That's how we create.
They were being investigated by the SEC for accounting issues,
Oh. I can't say I'm
and
surprised.
for the books not matching up after some acquisitions.
Wow.
So yeah, this was over attempts of fraud. They were also sued, and I think it was connected with this because I seen it pop up. The city of Flint
Make their
Mm-hmm.
own luck.
apparently had its pension
Oh.
invested in some of it, and they also ended up suing Take-Two
I don't
over
blame 'em.
apparent fraud. So that was insane. To jump back to Disney, I know we talked about some of these earlier, but I didn't mention this one.
Mhm.
March 20th, 2012.
Mhm.
Disney records one of the largest losses in cinema history,
Oh.
over $200 million.
From
You
what?
want to guess the movie?
You said 2012?
2012.
Sometimes
I will help you out by saying this is a live action film.
Oh. Pirates of the Caribbean.
shake the dice and see what
Mark the
future
Loss?
holds
The fourth one.
No.
No. Oh. I don't know then. What is it?
John Carter.
Oh, I forgot that was even a
for
thing.
you. You must pay this place.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. I forgot it was even a thing.
It's your
Yeah.
John
I had
Carter
forgotten all
was-
about that movie too. Apparently it's garbage.
Like I've never seen the movie. I read a couple of like the serials, like the books.
Yeah.
And those were good. Those were good. I had no idea about
find out
no idea
or bad luck.
that it lost
Yeah.
that much money.
It's insane to think about, right?
It is. That's ridiculous.
For music lovers, March 23rd, 1999, Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin releases.
CJ has lovingly said, if you didn't see it, you didn't miss anything. Which is probably true.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
I
that's very
wouldn't
fair.
have watched. There was some other movie that came out at that time that was supposed to be like exactly like it. I think.
Let's look and see.
but it did better.
You certainly had other plans for your money.
Because I remember there was like a couple of Mars movies, I think, that came out around then. I don't think it was The Martian.
The Martian was really good.
Yeah. What else we got? In gaming news, on the March 21st, 2001, would have been the release of the Game Boy Advance in Japan.
That's pretty awesome.
It is. It was definitely a console ahead of its time.
Which is crazy because it was just a handheld.
It was. That was back when, what, 2001? That would have been probably tail end of the N64, or right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't doing anything on that side. Most of their money,
Yeah.
I think, was coming out of the handheld market.
Yeah, which, I mean, makes sense. Because that's like the same... It wasn't too long after that release that it ended up having Emerald and Pearl, which are
Yep.
two of the... Not Emerald and Pearl.
Wait.
Wrong.
say?
Ruby and Sapphire.
I was gonna say, what the heck?
Completely wrong. I don't even know where that came from. Anyways, so...
You got your DSs in there.
Yeah, I did. Ruby and Sapphire. It came out, and that is still one of like the best rated Pokemon games. Like a lot of people love those games.
Emerald is fairly tops on a lot of people's lists.
It is. The third one in that series, Emerald, is very much so on the top of a lot of people's lists for good reason.
Oh yeah.
But that's also back in Pokemon's heyday.
This is true. For our MMO lovers, we had two powerful MMOs come out. One in 1999 and one in 2005. EverQuest first released in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And The Matrix Online in 2005.
Can we take a moment to talk about the ending of Matrix Online?
Sure.
So I don't know if
I
you've
never
ever...
played it, so this is all you.
Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen what happened at the end of Matrix Online. So, when it shut down and they were closing the servers, at the very end of the game, everybody's bodies just like contorted into themselves and exploded.
Really?
That was the way the game ended.
Talk about ways people choose to end their games, I guess.
Yeah, like it was crazy. It reminds me of like when the original launch of Final Fantasy 14 didn't do good at all, and so they blew it up with meteors.
Yep.
It's pretty great.
And the last thing that I've got, a kind of cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil was originally released on the PlayStation 1 in Japan on March 22nd of 1996. And the GameCube re-release, often said one of the best remasters of the game, released on March 22nd of 2002.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So, what better way for an anniversary
Yeah.
than to, re-release it?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's pretty awesome. That's very awesome.
That's everything I've got.
I don't really have much else to add into the history portion this week, to be honest. Outside of this same time, 1993, Tim Allen won the People's Choice Award for Home Improvement. And let's just talk about Home Improvement for a second. Home Improvement is the shit, and it's streaming on Netflix now, so everyone should watch it. It's really good.
I heard his new show isn't the worst either.
I want to watch it because I like, what's her name? Kat Dennings? Is that her name?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
like her a lot. And Tim Allen belongs in sitcoms. I'm going to say it. You know, like, he just does.
I mean, to be fair, he's playing the same role,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. It's just in this case, it was him and his daughter had a falling out.
Right.
But it looks really good. I want to give that a shot. The only other thing that I can really, I'm trying to think, was if there was any other history stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Manage your portfolio.
Oh yeah, CJ wants to holler out that Sonic Unleashed released in 2008, and the last thing that I want to really shoot out there, because it's weird, because it's a game that I actually really enjoyed, and I used to play with my cousins a lot. Ready to Rumble Revolution released on the Wii.
Yep.
In 2009. That's really my last history thing that I have. Is that the last history thing I have? Is it, Derek?
I don't know. Unless you want to talk about some of the other ones that you were reading earlier.
No, I think that's the last one that I really have to talk about in this case. I will say there was one thing I wanted to bring up in the news that
DJ, Resident Evil 4 released in January of 05, not March.
He also said Metal Gear Solid 98. CJ, where are you seeing these things? He said, boo.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid 4 released in Europe in March. What, you think I wasn't going to fact check you?
So the last thing I have to say is that it was announced this past week, March 13th. All right. Helldivers 2, the board game, is being made by Steamforged Games, the same people behind the Monster Hunter board game, the Elden Ring game, Dark Souls. Like, it's a full miniatures game.
Mm-hmm.
And it got announced. Its Kickstarter starts April 8th, and it looks so good. It looks so good, man.
Also, Sonic Unleashed was in November of 2008.
What the fuck? Why is CJ lying? I'm gonna ban him. No. I'm gonna ban him. It's worth it. But anyways, do you have anything else, Derek?
No, I think we can move on to the comic book portion if we want to.
Okay. Was there any comics that you read this week that you would like to say anything about?
Let me take a quick look. I've been following the new run of Transformers.
Okay. I've not read any of that.
Okay, so recently they made a brand new Transformer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name is Shredhead.
Okay.
And I sent you that was the one I sent the picture of in the chat.
Okay.
So with this art style and that particular Transformer,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me a whole lot of Murder Falcon.
I can see it.
He's named Shredhead.
Mm-hmm.
He turns into a van. The same kind of van.
Mm-hmm.
And he swings a badass sword.
I can see it. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. And then throw it off with the same style of artwork. I do not know if it's the same
people
artist.
or not.
Right. But the whole series has been really good.
Okay.
Anybody who likes Transformers, I would suggest reading it.
I might have to give that a look. If any of you all listening have never heard of Murder Falcon, it is a great book. You should just look it up. Give it a read. It's real. It's not super short, but it's a really quick read because it's so good.
It's about, it was what, 12 issues?
Yeah, it's
13
12 issues. Yeah, 12, 13. And it doesn't seem like it's a... It seems like it'll be long, but it's not. Once you get into it, it's just constant. You're just constant. Like, I gotta keep going, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. Highly suggest. I would never steer you wrong in the way of comics. Don't let Derek talk to you about that.
The hell?
Derek will tell you I led you astray.
Have I ever said that?
No, but I feel like there's some of them that you probably thought it.
There might be some I'd make fun of you for.
Yeah.
You must pay this player.
I'm tired of giving you money.
Let's play.
But yeah, man, Murder Falcon's great. That sounds good. Especially since you compared it to Murder Falcon, I gotta read it.
I will say, don't be shocked if you get
Thought about upgrading?
pulled into the other books that are
Okay.
connected to it. Because with this reboot that they've done, they've completely pulled G.I. Joe and Transformers into the same universe.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, for anybody that's a G.I. Joe fan, there is now a reason for the laser guns.
Not good.
Outside, there's an in-universe reason for the laser weapons. And they are running on Energon.
That's neat. That's actually really neat.
Yeah. So there is some standalone books. For
Mhm.
example, Duke has a book, and Cobra Commander has a book,
Okay.
and then they come together in the actual GI Joe book,
Portfolio
Yeah.
and then that is loosely linked into the Transformers.
has come.
Okay.
So it brings them kind of all connected again. It's happened in the past. They've done the crossovers and stuff like that
Mhm.
before, but this is in universe.
Visiting, you're not in trouble.
Hmm.
What about you, Matt? What have you been reading?
Um. Well, like I said at the beginning, I started reading. At the beginning, I started reading Solo Leveling.
Mhm.
Loving it. If you've not read Solo Leveling and you want to pick up a new manhwa, I guess is how you pronounce it. I'm gonna call it a manga. It's the same kind of concept. Solo Leveling is a solid choice. It's really good. Fight scenes are done well. Writing's good. Like everything about it is good.
And it's completed, so you
yeah,
can
and
actually
it's
read it
complete.
from beginning to end.
Yep, 200 chapters in total. Super good. Well worth the read. Anime is still going. It's at 24th episode. From what I was told, or it's not 24th yet. It'll be at 24 by the end of the season. From what I was told with that anime, by the way, is this newest episode is chapters 97 to 100. So they're about halfway through.
Nice.
But in general, I've been reading that. I read through all 7 issues of Uncanny Valley, and let me tell you, if you're looking for a comic to read, an indie comic, Uncanny Valley is a way to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's super good. Essentially, I'm not going to tell you anything about the story because it gets into that story real freaking quick. You know? It gets into spoiler territory real freaking quick. But, man, it basically the main character is a little boy who is like a 4th cartoon character, essentially, because his mom is the daughter of a cartoon and a human, so she's half, and then she, at this point in the comic, I'm not going to spoil part of it, but it seems like she got with a human. But there's a part in one of the issues that I'm like, oh, that's a little iffy. Maybe she didn't. It's really good. Highly suggest. You should look it up. It's through Boom Comics. Boom Comics is always a solid choice. If you've never read indie comics, Boom is a solid choice.
It's true.
And I'd highly suggest Mimetic from them as well. So freaking good. CJ wanted to throw out there that Kaiju number 8 is a good read. I will agree. I've not read a lot, but so far it has been good what I've read.
Yeah, I've read a little bit of it.
Yeah. Other than that, have I been reading anything else? I've not really been reading a lot of comics other than those two, to be honest.
Don't give up.
I have a couple that I have saved in my phone to read and just haven't started them yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been reading more like novel books recently.
No, that's fair.
I just got in the mail today the second and third book of the first Mistborn trilogy, so the Well of Ascension and the Hero of Ages.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be reading those and finishing them. Brandon Sanderson's real good. Never read it. Highly suggest. But other than that, yeah, that's really all I've been reading.
So, is there any comics that have caught your eye? Maybe something we should look forward to in the next couple weeks?
So one thing I will say that has caught my eyes, I'm definitely going to be reading, catching up on Snot Girl.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if you've ever read Snot Girl, but I absolutely love Snot Girl.
I remember when that book was coming out.
I do as well. I never finished reading it, however. I still have the first couple issues of it.
Yeah.
Another one that caught my eye that I'm going to be starting soon, it just started last year, the Space Ghost reboot.
Oh, the new one? Yeah,
Yeah.
I am caught up on it.
I'm going to be starting to read that.
It's very good. There's supposed to be a Johnny Quest one too.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look for that.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Quest was really good when I was a kid.
I don't remember if I started following that one or
Which
not.
reminds me, I need to follow
But-
Space Ghost. I'm just scrolling through the ones that I
Pay the price.
have seen. Give me just one moment here.
No, you're fine.
The Seasons looks interesting to me. It's an Image comic. It only has 2 issues. One that came out in January, one that came out 5 days ago.
Nice.
But it's like it looks like a horror themed one.
Mhm.
I'm also going to probably reread Ice Cream Man because I will always suggest that book. I don't care who you are. If you like horror anthologies, you best be reading fucking Ice Cream Man.
Great book.
It's
I have 2 number
super
ones.
good. Yeah. Trying to see if there's anything else that I was like super interested in.
Truly unfortunate.
Because a lot of times I do what you're not supposed to do. I judge books by their cover.
I mean, in comics, I think you can get away with it a little bit more,
Yeah.
because, especially if it gives you a style, an idea of the art style.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Your time has come.
I feel like there was.
I hope.
I'm gonna be starting Star Wars Jedi Knight soon, but that anyone listening, if you're not someone that we've ever talked to before, you'll be not surprised after a while that I'm gonna be reading Star Wars.
Right.
Animorphs has a graphic novel. Hold up. Did you know that?
I did not.
I did not know that. I just found it.
Everything 90s comes back around.
I'm here for it though. I feel like there it is. Green Lantern Dark. I was gonna start reading Green Lantern Dark.
I have not read the latest issue,
There's only 3 issues. So
but I
far.
have started that.
But I'm gonna read that because I love Green Lantern.
It's very grim.
That's fine.
Nicest place to visit.
Think like it's in terms of tone. Think Quiet Place.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wish you luck.
But I think you would enjoy that.
I'm excited to give it a shot. It looked good, and that's the reason I want to try it. I also love Green Lantern. He's my favorite DC hero.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about it.
Let's play.
But that's all I really have that I'm looking forward to.
So let me throw a couple at you.
Okay.
Batman Dark Patterns. It is done very Batman '89
Okay.
kind of style. And the current thing has him going up against Scarface.
Okay.
You know, a villain that shows up but doesn't really show up very often.
Yeah.
It's a bit more down to earth Batman versus the kind of the crazy that you get with modern day, where he's going off and doing a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more of the master detective, going around and scaring the thug level criminals kind
What
of
you
stuff.
kind of expect from Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not as much of a recommendation, but and a little bit of a side note to comic news, Secret Six,
Okay. I think
a
you
book
told me
that just
about
came
that.
off a book that recently came off the Absolute Power event.
Mhm.
We now know where Metropolis is.
Yep. You told me about that,
Metropolis is San Francisco.
which is weird to me.
And okay, I thought about this because we had this conversation the other day,
Mhm.
and I thought about this, and I was like, it's not that crazy.
Okay.
It can never be New York. The weather's too good.
That's true. That is true.
I used to think it was Chicago back in the day, because Gotham would always be New York
I can feel it.
because
Yeah.
it was originally based on Manhattan.
Yeah.
Let's roll
But
the dice.
Metropolis would to me always seemed like Chicago.
Impressive.
But again, now thinking about that, the weather is not as good.
Yeah.
Play this player.
No, it's not Fresno. It's San Fran.
Your turn starts now.
Which is still
So, yeah.
surprising to me. I don't know why, but it is so
It
surprising.
makes sense. It could have also, like I said, it could have also ended up being L.A., but
Yeah.
it didn't quite seem right, especially not with
Home sweet home. Have you thought about
Yeah.
upgrading?
I cannot remember the name of Flash's town.
Oh. I know what you're talking about as well, but I can't remember the name either.
Right, because I think the Titans were also based there.
Yeah.
You're home. Maybe it's time to manage your portfolio.
What else? What else have I been reading? That's really about it. I've been following Uncanny Valley just like you have,
Mhm.
and echo pretty much everything you say about it.
Yeah.
I have. There's a new Terminator book
Oh.
out right now, put out by Dynamite.
That's kind of
It's-
surprising.
Interesting. Imagine if the Terminator, instead of going back to kill John Connor or something like
Mhm.
that, was sent back to
No space.
Vietnam and just, survived through then. Kind of like T3.
Yeah.
Your time has come.
So it's kind of a a little bit more time traveling of a Terminator kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'm not really a huge Terminator fan, but I'd definitely give it a shot.
Manage your portfolio.
It's only like 3-4 issues right now.
Okay.
So if you were to get into that, it would be a quick read.
Okay.
As far as another independent, well, no, not another independent, because Dynamite's not really an independent.
Yeah.
From Dark Horse, I would recommend The Masked Matcher.
Okay.
Your rent is due.
Yeah. It's about a guy getting into pro wrestling in the 1930s.
Hmm.
He's originally acts like he's going to make it big and become a movie star and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and he gets roped into becoming a persona, a wrestling persona, for a super small time firm in the 30s.
Okay. That sounds neat.
You're home.
It's
Maybe
kind of
it's
neat. The dude wrestles a bear,
portfolio.
I mean, fair.
and there's an issue dedicated to talking to the bear because the whole thing's done in like a post life documentary kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes in and talks about how he was the most awesome person ever or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going through about basically how he got to where he was at.
Hmm.
Home sweet home. Have you thought
Honestly, I
about upgrading?
think that's about it for me too. Oh, take it back. There is one more I will recommend. It recently wrapped up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Jenny Sparks, DC
Okay.
comic. It's about a woman that lives all the time. She
Okay.
lives in all time.
I love what you've done to the place.
And Captain Atom goes insane and starts considering himself God.
Oh, okay.
And she's sent in to stop him because he kills Superman and Batman and everybody else.
Okay.
You're home. Maybe it's time to manage your
So
portfolio.
while she's trying to stop him, I think she was technically born in 1900.
Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see her going through her past while she's going through it, while she's going through this hostage situation because it's a hostage situation. And at the same time, going through 9/11 again for the first time.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Going through different wars and stuff for the first time. And all of it's happening at the same time. And it jumps back and forth a lot. It's a Tom King book.
Okay.
So I don't know how you feel about that. A lot of people are very decisive on him. I personally like Tom King.
I'm not sure what else he's written, to be honest, or put out.
Heroes in Crisis.
Roll the dice.
I liked Heroes in Crisis. I'm fine with that.
He's also done. He was on a long run of Batman when they were doing the wedding.
Okay.
He was in the middle of writing it. He's
Home sweet home. Have you thought about
see if there's
upgrading?
any other ones. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Batman One Bad Day, which is
Okay.
also a pretty good book. He wrote the if you remember a few years back when they did the Looney Tunes DC crossovers.
Yeah, I remember those.
He wrote Batman and Elmer Fudd.
Maybe it's time to
Okay.
manage your portfolio.
Like I said, very good. His writing can get to some people. Like I said, some people don't like it that he uses words more than he uses art.
Mm-hmm.
The dice and
But
see what
I kind of dig it. It's more of a novel writing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. It sounds good to me.
Oh yeah. I think that's it for my recommendations.
happen. Smart investors never
All right.
give up.
Because I've got nothing else either on my end.
Well, if that's the case,
Let's roll the
should we
dice.
call it a wrap up then?
Yeah, I think
What people should be looking at you for, man? What are you going to be getting into?
this coming week.
Yeah, this coming week we're going to try to do this like every other week or so.
Yeah.
So
So this
maybe you got any projects you're thinking of trying or anything like that?
this coming week I'm probably going to work like actual work. I know eventually I'm going to try to get Bunkers and Badasses set back up.
You know what you're doing.
Oh, nice.
And then other than that, I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that I don't want to put out there on Twitch or podcast currently.
Fair.
because they're kind of in my head things that I'm trying to get to a state of where I want them to be before I tell people about them.
Reveal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Very nice.
how about yourself?
Let's see if chance is
Well, let's see. The current archipelago that I'm in is getting ready to wrap up.
Mhm.
Sometime within the next week and a half or so, I think they're gonna start giving it up and calling it.
Okay.
So maybe I'll
someone already
throw myself up one
time to pay
Fair.
to do that. Other than that, I'm gonna be trying to stream more.
Okay.
I would like to do the new Like a Dragon Yakuza
Yeah.
enjoy a playthrough of it. I'm loving it so far, and I want to keep going with it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right. All right. Well, if that's all we've really got for this, another episode of Panels, Checkpoints, and Popcorn will be right around the corner. I say right around the corner, but in 2 weeks. So the 31st. So definitely give me and Shotgun here a follow, like, whatever you want to do. If you see this on YouTube, like, subscribe. If you see it on Twitch, follow, subscribe. That one costs money, so it's less asked for.
Yeah,
And if you're listening
you
to
catch
this,
this on.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you catch us on your favorite podcasting app, then give us a great rating.
Yeah, give us a rating. Give us a follow, a like, whatever. I don't know what they do on podcast things because I only use YouTube Music and sometimes Spotify. So, yeah, do that. Do what Derek said. But other than that, we'll be jumping back in 31st. As for today, though, have a very good St. Patrick's Day.
whatever happens.
Don't get too drunk.
Settle.
Pinch people that aren't wearing green. And have a good one.